Good afternoon. I'm Deborah Ziegler. I'm Brittany's mama. She called me mama, so I continue to go by that. I want to thank Senators Bill Monning and Lois Walk for authoring this End-of-Life Options Act, because this will help people who could not do what my daughter and our family had to do. This bill will give terminally ill adults in California the option to choose aid in dying. And I thank you with my mother's heart for doing this. Dying on one's own terms. I don't think it's something that we think about a lot until we are faced with something in our own family, a debilitating, cruel disease like brain cancer, and a terminal prognosis. It's hard to understand. It's hard to understand until it's in your life and it's in your world how important this choice to die on your own terms becomes. But when it does happen to your family, you see that this is a basic human right. In order to capture this option and what it meant to my family, I'm going to share a conversation that I had with my daughter. We had this conversation on a rainy evening in Portland, Oregon, where we had essentially been forced to move because we could not accomplish our goals in California. Very near the end of her life, after some news trucks had left and reporters had packed their things, I made banana pancakes. I was so tired, and Brittany was so tired. And we ate those banana pancakes and watched the rain come down. And we agreed that given her devastating brain cancer prognosis, that she was fortunate to have a mother and a father and a husband who had the resources and the time and the fortitude to help her establish her new home in Oregon. And this home would be the home that she would live the remainder of her life in. It would be the home that she died in. We knew that most Californians would not be able to do what we did. We knew they couldn't leave their homes. They couldn't leave their jobs. They couldn't leave their families, their friends, their pets. We had to do all of that. It added another layer of pain. We knew that it wasn't fair or right, that this is what we had to do, that in order to get this legal right, that we would have to go live there and qualify under their stringent requirements for terminally ill adults. In order to obtain the medication, we did everything. We dotted every I, we crossed every T. We followed every single bit of the program. And when Brittany received the news that she qualified and that she was going to get the medicine, it was a moment of peace. And so that evening, as we sat warm and dry and cozy, we were filled with, oddly enough, love and gratitude, because we knew we were where we needed to be. And in spite of all the added stress that we had been under, looking for, renting a home, furnishing a home, making a home, because my daughter did not want to just die in some cold, impersonal environment. We'd left our pets. She loved her dogs. My husband and I love our dogs. We left them behind. We had left friends. We'd left our supportive network. And yet Brittany and I felt appreciative of her legal right in Oregon that she could decide when enough was enough. My daughter was visibly relieved when she qualified for the medication. When she had the medication, she took great comfort in the assurance that she was the sole decision maker about how much pain she was going to endure. Her beautiful face softened. There was a peacefulness in her gaze. Excuse me.
Take your time. You're doing great.
Californians, you now have a right. You have the opportunity to bring this option to this state. And I implore the citizens of this state, contact your senators, contact your assembly members, stand up and make your voice heard, even if it shakes, like mine. Please help me carry out my daughter's legacy. Please help me assure that other terminally ill patients don't face what we had to face. My daughter was full of life and energy, and she was determined that she would live life to the fullest, and then she would go quickly, without pain. She would slip away from us. There's a strange thing that comes with qualifying for this in the end. It gives you the ability to relax. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Once Brittany knew that her plan was in place, she could relax, and she and I had seconds and minutes and sometimes hours of sheer bliss. We went camping. We went to Alaska. We went on this boat trip that was magical. We went to a park in Washington, Olympic State Park. We went on hikes. We looked in tide pools. My fondest memories are of her bent over things, photographing them. And for those minutes of time, she forgot that she was dying, and she just lived. I am so grateful that we could live those moments free of terror, free from that terror that was reaching out for us every minute of every day until we knew this was going to be as she planned. And the night that we sat eating banana pancakes and looking out the window and the rain driving against the pain, she reached for my hand and she said, "Mama, given the hand of life that we were dealt, this is as good as it gets, Mama." And it was. Thank you very much.